Well, it's that time again. Let's walk in faith, talk about anime, and grow together. Welcome to Reb's Otaku Talk. Hey Otaku family, welcome back to Reb's Otaku Talk, where faith and fandom collide. I'm your host Reb, and joining me is my co-host K2.
Howdy, howdy.
And Raver Mom.
Hello.
Together we'll venture into a world of anime through the lens of Christian values. Whether you're a seasoned otaku or just starting your anime journey, this is the place where we blend our love for all things anime with the walk in Christ. Join us as we explore thought-provoking themes, inspiring stories, and tackle the deeper connections between our favorite shows and our faith. It's all about finding God's truth in the worlds we love. This is your Christ Walk with Otaku Talk. Let's get started. In today's episode, we are talking about leaving a legacy through the high-speed lens of Speed Racer: The Next Generation. So let's heat up those tires and prepare for the race of a lifetime. Speed Racer: The Next Generation is a futuristic animated series that continues the legacy of the classic Speed Racer anime from the 1960s. It premiered in 2008. The series was created by Larry Schwartz and produced by Animation Collective. The story centers on Speed Racer Jr., the teenage son of the legendary Speed Racer. After being accepted into a prestigious race academy, Speed Jr. sets out to uncover the truth about his mysterious heritage, all while trying to live up to his father's iconic name. But his journey quickly becomes more than just about winning races. It becomes a mission to restore a legacy, uncover hidden truths, and shape the future of racing. Throughout the show, Speed Jr. faces the tech rivals, shadowy conspiracies, and internal battles about identity and purpose. With themes of legacy, innovation, and perseverance, Speed Racer: The Next Generation blends futuristic racing, action, with a complete, meaningful story about stepping into your calling and building on what came before you. Now, this one is a little weird, because this, I guess, falls into the same category as Dragon Ball GT. Yeah, bad word, I know. But this is a continuation, just like Dragon Ball GT was for Dragon Ball Z and all that. This is a continuation of Speed Racer, but it was made here in America.
Yep.
K2, have you seen it?
I just looked at it recently, and I do remember watching at least parts of it as a child on, what was it, I think Fox?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Do you remember any of it, Raver Mom?
Yeah, I remember. It was one of our son's favorite thing when he was a toddler.
Okay, so what would you rate it, K2? I mean, what's your thoughts on it? What's your...
Looking back on it, it is just cringy. It is cringe.
It wasn't that bad.
Nothing about it has stood up good at all.
That's why it was short-lived, but at least they completed it. Raver Mom?
I don't have to... I don't think I disagree. As its own entity, I think it was cute. I mean, Kid Koopa loved it when he was a toddler and a young child, so... And then once he got out of... And then he went into... What was it? Cars. So, I mean, it's cute. It wouldn't be one that I would watch, because some of those kids I'd want to smack around a little bit, but... I mean...
It's okay, Speed Jr. wanted to, too, and he waited till he got on the track to do it.
Yeah. So, I mean... As its own, I wouldn't care to watch... I mean, I'd watch it, but I think... As a continuation, like, yeah, K2 kind of hit the nail on the head. So.
I didn't think it was that bad.
Of course, you love Speed Racer.
I mean, I don't rank it up there with the original by any means, but I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, nothing is worse than the one that they released in the 90s. And you guys are looking at me like I'm nuts. Well, that tells you, that tells you exactly how that went. Because in that one, they changed what the Mach 5 looked like and everything. I mean, it was horrible.
That's true, but I don't know. There are some things you just don't mess with and you don't continue and
I agree.
you just
let it get put out the pasture.
let it be.
Yep.
This one came out. This one came out, I believe, along the timeline that the movie did. At least around the time it started recording the live action. So I think they pretty much made it to bring a newer generation into it because they were making the movie.
That would make sense.
Yep.
So I think that was the key reason on why they created this series. I don't exactly like how they did certain things because they pretty much made Speed Racer Senior into like this secret agent kind of guy. Like that's the vibe that they gave off. And even though he worked with the inspector and stuff like that, as time went on, he didn't necessarily turn into Racer X, which is kind of the vibe that they gave off. Yeah. I kind of like the storyline of the cars more than I did the character development.
Yeah.
And that's more or less what this is focusing on, is not their races, not how, their team developed and stuff like that. It focuses more on Speed Jr. and the cars. Because that, to me, is the story that should have been more focused on. Today's Bible verse comes from the book of Deuteronomy. It's in chapter 6, verses 5 through 7. It says, "Love the Lord with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your strength. These commandments that I give you today are to be on your hearts. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home, and when you walk along the road, and when you lie down, and when you get up." From the moment that Speed arrived at the race academy, he was seen as different, leading to ridicule and misunderstanding. It also didn't help that he didn't have a car. All he had was a key around his neck left to him by his parents, and he didn't even know who they were. But the headmaster Spritle Racer had faith in Speed's talents because he scored high on everything, and he allowed Speed into the school not knowing truly who he was, and he also let him and this newly assembled team of misfits go into the school's junkyard to get the stuff to build a car out of scraps. Now, when this happened, whenever they went into the scrapyard, the key around Speed's neck began to glow, and it guided them to a bunch of different car parts spread throughout the yard, and they discovered that all these pieces were to the famous Mach 5. The moment that they found the Mach 5 in pieces, right there, he found his legacy. It wasn't shiny, it wasn't perfect, but it was worth restoring. Just like our faith, traditions, our families, and the truths we have been given, they are worth restoring throughout our lives. Deuteronomy chapter 6 is God's instruction manual on legacy. He's saying, don't just love me, live it out so the next generation can see it, feel it, and drive toward it. What was even more amazing is upon the destruction of the Mach 5 in a race, Speed and his team found secret plans for the Mach 6 hidden within the Mach 5. The Mach 6 plans had been hidden inside the Mach 5, and that being hidden there is such a powerful visual for the legacy left behind for him, because inside the old was the blueprint for something new, something the next generation could build on. In the same way, our walk with Christ isn't just about holding on to what was, it's about preparing the next generation to go further than we did, empowered by what we have left behind. It is time for Digging Deeper with Raver Mom.
Deuteronomy is an interesting book as a whole because it is part of the, if you've ever heard the word, the Pentateuch. The Pentateuch is basically the first 5 books of the Bible. That's literally all it is the first 5 books of the Bible. And Deuteronomy, the name means second law. Now, if you have read through any of the first 5 books, we know that in Numbers, you've got the Israelites coming out of Egypt. Like, we all know that story, Moses freeing the Israelites.
Yep.
Now, throughout all this, Moses basically becomes like their spiritual leader. And the worst part is the fact that the Israelites that came out of Egypt don't necessarily want to follow, because they throw fits all the time. Literally, they throw fits all the time. And so basically that is one of the reasons why they wandered the wilderness for as long as they did. But in Deuteronomy is known as the second law, because this is basically telling the children of the Israelites that originally came out of Egypt, reminding them of God's love, reminding them of the commitment that and the covenant and all of that. And it's also a reminder, as Rev was saying, that not only is it for them, but it's also for those that will come after them, like their children, and that they are to not only live it for them, but also teach it. And it needs to be like it's their entirety, like part of their entire life. So this is not the first time Moses has said all of these laws and reminders, but actually the second time, which is why it is called the second law. And the awesome thing that I thought is that one of the verses that you picked out, Deuteronomy 6:5, is also one that Jesus himself repeats and quotes in Mark. And he says that is the first commandment of all. Like, that's the main commandment that you should follow, is to love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind, or strength.
That's pretty sweet.
So, yeah.
I whenever I was making this episode, the whole entire time I was thinking this was New Testament.
Yeah.
I never noticed that it was in the Old Testament until doing this episode.
Yeah, it's in Mark 20 verse 30. That's when he is talking to the Pharisees. They're trying to trip him up, and he tells them that the first commandment of all is to love the Lord your God, and then the second one is to love your neighbor as yourself. Which,
that right there in itself, I think, is a perfect example for what type of legacy they're talking about. Mm-hmm. Because the Pharisees were religious leaders, and you got to think Moses to Jesus, that's hundreds of years.
Really?
Yeah.
And the reason why they couldn't go against Jesus in times like that is because of the fact that whenever Jesus spoke, it was down to the letter of what they read and what they try to put out there. The only differences between the Pharisees and Jesus is that whenever Jesus spoke it, he spoke it in its entirety, and the Pharisees spoke it to better themselves. Keep going, Raver Mom.
Oh, that was it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The only other thing I was going to add was that that these particular verses are a reminder to be careful not to forget the Lord when entering the land of Canaan. So the land of Canaan was the promised land. Mm-hmm. And so Moses was trying to remind the kids, basically remind the children, remind all that was going to enter because of enter the promised land, because he was not allowed to enter. So he is trying to basically give it one last shot of reminding all these Israelite children of where they came from, and reminding them that not only the relationship that they have and the covenant and the commitment, but also that the blessings that if they will follow and obey Jesus, that throughout all of their future, that they will have blessings in return. And that was his hope and his prayer for them. I mean, as we know, that did not happen, but that was what he was trying to do.
Trying to be a good dad.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's what I had.
So, Raver Mom, while your vocals are warmed up,
oh goodness,
what does legacy mean to you, and why?
To me, legacy is kind of like your family history. Mm-hmm. Like I have a couple different legacies in my life. And one of them that I hold dear are from a couple of women in my family that were some of the most godly women, and not just godly, but they were very selfless.
Mm-hmm.
They loved, they helped, they basically did their best to do and be like Jesus, and to follow the Bible and everything to its entirety to the best of their ability. And to me, that is a legacy that I hold dear. That's part of my family history that I hold on to. Because that's kind of that's what I want. I want to be that kind of person that whenever I die, that my kids or people around me will, they'll remember those times where I helped everybody, or I loved, or I forgave, or I just sat there and listened, or whatever. And I wasn't selfish or mean or greedy, you know what I mean? Like all the positive attributes of God's character. That's what I want to follow in their footsteps. So when I read it, my first thought was Nanny.
Okay. Yeah.
That woman pretty much kept me in church, and I, honest to God, don't think I'd be where I am today without her. Because every time I spent the night or spent the weekend at her house, which was one of the only places I was allowed to spend the weekend or spend the night, we would go fishing one day, and then we'd go to church the next day. And she was an amazing person, and I know she's up in heaven now having parties because she knew where she was going to go. But she did. She studied the Bible and lived it to the best of her ability, all the while being the most awesome person. I mean, I could tell you stories, but another time. But yeah, she was great.
Awesome. Hey, K2.
Yes.
What's legacy mean to you and why?
For me, I think Raver Mom hit it on the head. For me, it's leaving behind memories of your family, having a positive outlook from the past and onto your future kin.
Cool.
Yeah.
For me, up until a few years back, it was around pandemic time. To me, my outlook on legacy was inheritance, and it was in the book of Proverbs. It says that a good father leaves an inheritance for his children. In that verse, it was talking about a physical inheritance. So to me, that's what legacy was. It was a physical inheritance. And during the pandemic, I had a great uncle who passed away, and he was disabled. He was mentally disabled. And at his funeral, I was able to go to his funeral, and everybody would talk about how he acted, and his disability was always a factor in the way he acted. And people would talk about how whenever he had a headache or his stomach hurt or something like that, there were certain people that he would go to, and he would put his hands together, because that's how he told them he wanted to be prayed for, and then he would point to what hurt. And over time, certain people got annoyed because of the fact that he would do this. But if they prayed for him and they didn't mean it, and he could tell the difference, he wasn't stupid, he would get aggravated. He would go back to them. He would tap them on the shoulder. He'd put his hands together and he'd point, and it'd be more aggressive. And they would just talk about, that was, the way his mind worked. At that point in time, God started convicting me, and I started, God started showing me the different spiritual gifts that each of my great aunts and uncles have shown throughout my life. That's whenever God revealed to me what a true inheritance is, what a true legacy was. And I went before my family, because if you want to speak, come up. I looked at my family. I was like, look, you guys can sit there and say that he was doing that because of whatever, but that man knew what prayer was. And if you didn't pray for him truly, he was going to come back because he knew that he would get healed or whatever he was wanting would get met if he prayed through it. I mean, that man knew how to pray. He just needed help with the words. To see the great aunts and uncles that were there, the pride that was in their eyes at the fact that that's the legacy they wanted to leave behind, and somebody in their family got it. And so doing this episode, I got to thinking, what kind of legacy am I leaving? What kind of legacy are me and Raver Mom leaving as parents? What are we leaving as Christians in general? And it gave a new pride and appreciation for this ministry because of the fact that we sometimes allow our kids in on it, but our kids listen to it. And sometimes they learn something from it, and it sticks.
Great.
But we are also not just leaving a legacy for our kids, but as a podcast and as a group as a whole, we are leaving a legacy for people out in the world. Mm-hmm. And it's not a legacy of just a podcast and anime, and we are leaving them a spiritual legacy. We are leaving them with advice. We are leaving them with experiences, and they can take that, and they can take the little lessons that we share, and they can grow past them. I mean, if our kids, and if the Otaku kids wanted to take this over whenever, God forbid, it's a very long time, whenever we meet our end, if they wanted to take this over and continue, fantastic. If they didn't, well, you know what? We still left a legacy.
Yep.
So that's what legacy is to me, is, we have a physical inheritance that we leave our children, but we have a spiritual legacy that we can leave our children, and it can go beyond to the world. Mm-hmm. Nice. So on to our fun question. If you could pick any anime car, what would it be? You can't choose the Mach 5 or the Mach 6. We're going to be fair to that because that would be my first pick.
I have my pick.
What's your pick?
I had to do research on this because, I would choose the cat bus.
I had a feeling you were going to go with something like that.
Okay. Magic vehicle.
But you don't need a driver for it.
It runs on cuteness.
You don't need a driver for it.
Okay.
You just tell it where it wants to go and it takes you.
All right, K2, what car?
The Trans Am 20,000 WR from Redline.
Jeez.
That's a name, isn't it?
That is a name. Now, this might shock you. I am not picking the Truenu from Initial D.
Oh.
Or the RX-7. Or the other RX-7 or the GTR or anything else. I am picking the F1 police car from Sonic X.
Okay.
Fast car. Really cool car. Really, it's a car that really couldn't be made.
Okay.
Okay, so second part. Now, if we were to race these cars against each other in the anime universe, who would you select to drive it? Right.
See, I thought that was a second question, so I had another vehicle and another and a driver.
Okay, well, what's your other vehicle and driver?
You sure you don't want the cat bus?
What's the other vehicle and driver?
Okay. And I'm sorry if I say these wrong.
You're good.
So I have Takumi with Kaneda's bike. Did I say it wrong?
Kaneda.
Okay.
But
Kaneda.
Yeah, that's the bike that you saw in Ready Player One. The red bike.
It's Akira.
Yes, but I'm saying in Ready Player One where he says, "Do you see that?" and he goes, "Yeah, it's Kaneda's bike from Akira."
Yes.
Yeah. And you want Takumi, the Drift King from Initial D, driving it.
Yeah.
If he could drive a bike, that would be dangerous. I don't know if he could drive. He probably could drive a bike, but that's a dangerous combination. I think she's on to something. K2, who would the driver be for
I'm
your
just
car?
going to keep with the driver of the car because he's going to know it best. Who is Sweet JP?
I thought you were going to try to do an anime Burt Reynolds.
No.
Okay.
What are you looking at me like that for?
Because mine's kind of humorous.
Oh, okay.
So I have this big Formula One car.
Uh-huh.
But in every anime I've ever watched, there was one character that whenever she got ticked off, she outdrove the people from Initial D. And that is the soccer mom that is in Lucky Star.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, the woman took a minivan and outdid everybody. So what in the world would that woman do with an F1 car?
Oh, probably the same thing I would do.
Hey, we got avatars. Raver Mom's driving the F1 car. We've got Takumi on Kaneda's bike. We have the Trans Am from Redline, driven by the driver whose name I can never remember.
Sweet JP, at least that's
Sweet
what
JP.
I had, yeah.
And then I've got the Formula One police car from Sonic X being driven by the Lucky Star soccer mom. If we were to put these guys into a race, who do you think would win? This is debatable. Who do you think would win?
Well, seeing that I only know the one, I don't have an answer. Mine I win.
We gotta let the listeners decide this one.
You want to put this out to the audience?
I think this needs to be a poll.
Okay, so we're going to do this as a poll. I might have to release it early, that way we can get it back by the last episode. So we may release it on Facebook, and we can make this like way public. I'll try to figure that out, put it out on Twitter and stuff like
Or
that.
you could do a poll on Twitter, too.
You can do a poll on Twitter. There's ways to do it on Facebook.
Yeah.
We're just going to have to social media the mess out of it and see what comes of it. Me personally, I think Raver Mom would win again.
I think so.
I'm sorry.
Yay!
She always figures out a way.
I do.
I mean, I picked a fast car. The issue with the car that I picked out is that they set the specs for the car before it even hits the road. and if it's not on asphalt, or if it has to jump anything, it's so low to the ground, it's not going to make it. It's basically flat track. You have a little bit more of a diverse street racing car. And she's got a bike that was jumped, that was slid, that was knocked, that was dropped and everything else, and that joker still kept running.
Listen.
But it was as fast as all get out.
It was either that or the Nimbus, so.
The Nimbus?
The flying Nimbus?
It's not even a car.
Yeah, but it is it's a, you know what?
Loophole.
It's not even a vehicle. It doesn't even have an engine.
No, it is technically
It
a
is a
vehicle
vehicle.
because it's a form of transportation.
It is.
It's
It's a form of transportation.
See, if we take the bike, because it says car, if we take the bike, we have to take the cloud.
And you have to take the cat bus.
So, I mean, we kind of can't say no to it.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Listen, I almost picked Miho's tank, so,
If it goes fast enough to drift around the courtyard twice, then that thing's got some power. No doubt. Okay, so I guess tomorrow we will figure out how to do a very big public poll to see who would win. This would be a big bang end to to the season. I like
Just
it.
give me the trophy, okay? Don't give me the...
I found a place to get a Goku figurine to
Oh
make the
my
Golden
goodness.
Goku trophy.
Nice.
So season 2, we will have the Golden Goku. We will have the Golden Goku.
Just go ahead and have my name engraved on it. I can't believe I just said that.
Anything else on Legacy?
Nope.
The Legacy isn't always clean. It's sometimes found in the junkyard, but God specializes in restoration. Like the Mach 5, the faith that has been passed down to you may feel rusty or broken, but there's purpose in the pieces, and there might even be something greater hidden inside it. You are not starting from scratch. You are part of something bigger. God has a race for you. He has already given you the blueprint. So live your faith boldly, teach it daily, and leave a legacy that cannot be stolen, lost, or left in the junkyard of the world. For this next part, normally we do trivia or we do questions from a cup, but we emptied the cup. We have no more questions for this season. We emptied the cup. We will have no more questions till season 2. I did not want to do trivia tonight because, well, Speed Racer trivia would be unfair.
Yes.
So what I figured we would do is that we would take the 20 different animes that we've talked about this season, and I emailed you guys a list, and you put it in order of your favorite ones down to your least favorite one for this season. First, we're going to talk about our bottom 2, so 19 and 20, and see what we rated as the worst anime for the whole season. And then we are going to debate the top 10 and come up with a Rebs Otaku Talk Season 1 top 10 anime.
Okay.
I guess I will go first on what my bottom 2 animes were.
Yes, please, get us started.
So my bottom 2 animes, my 19 and 20 place was Gabriel and the Guardians and Star Wars Visions.
Okay.
In that order?
In that order. So 19 was Gabriel and the Guardians and 20 was Star Wars Visions.
Okay.
K2, what was yours?
For me, number 20 is going to be Speed Racer Next Generation. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Oh, I love it.
And then Gabriel and the Guardians.
Okay. Raver Mom.
I think that one needs some more time to cook.
I do too. I mean, just because we rate it as the worst, guys, doesn't mean that it's a horrible anime. Gabriel and the Guardians only has a pilot episode, and we are not going to return to that till they at least have 5 episodes out. And then we'll give it a full, honest rating and opinion. So, Raver Mom, what's your 19 and 20?
So my 19 was Star Wars Visions,
Okay.
and my 20 was Gabriel and the Guardians.
So, I think we can safely say that Gabriel and the Guardians is rated as the worst anime of season 1. Which I feel sorry about because it's the newest Christian anime out there. But like I said, we don't have enough of a story to really give it an honest rating.
I put it as my last one because I felt like I had more questions than I had answers by the end of the pilot.
That's
I mean,
fair.
I get it was a pilot. I get it was the beginning. I get all of that. But I felt like I had way more questions than I had answers. And that's why I rated mine last.
Oh, I think we're all in agreement with the Raver Mom. So I think the easiest way to do this is we'll just go around the room and say off our top 10.
Okay.
And then we will compare, contrast, and debate to fight for our top 10 places. Right. So, K2, I guess we'll start with you, starting with your number 1 spot.
All right, number 1. Is it going to be any secret here? It's going to be Girls and Panzers.
I told you.
Let's see. Followed up by My Hero Academia.
Okay.
And we got Fairy Tail. Okay, Demon Slayer for 4. 5, I have Avatar. 6 is going to be Soul Eater. 7 is going to be Trigun. 8, One Piece. 9, Dragon Ball. And 10, Pokemon.
All right, so for me, my number 1, of course, is Speed Racer.
Of course.
Number 2 is One Piece. Number 3 is Dragon Ball Z. Number 4 is Pokemon. Number 5 is Superbook. Number 6 is Girls und Panzer.
Okay, I'm surprised you got that. You got it in the top 10.
Number 7 is Soul Eater. Number 8 is Ghost Hunt. Number 9 is Trigun. And number 10 is Fairy Tale. Okay, Raver Mom.
So my first one is Soul Eater. My second one is Fairy Tale. My third one is Girls und Panzer.
Wow, really?
My fourth one is Ghost Hunt.
Okay.
My fifth one is Steam Boy. My sixth one is Pokemon. My seventh is Superbook. 8 is Avatar. 9 is Speed Racer. And then 10 is Dragon Ball Z.
Okay, so how do we want to start this off? Do we want to mark the ones that we all placed in the top 10 and set those in the higher places?
Yeah.
Okay, so all three of us said Girls und Panzer
Yep.
for something. Look at that. You brought in an anime that's topping it.
You got to finish it.
Yeah, I gotta watch all the movies now.
Yep.
All of us said Fairy Tale.
Yep. I believe we all said Pokemon, along with Dragon Ball.
You said Dragon Ball?
I did say Dragon Ball.
Okay. Yeah, you did.
We all said Soul Eater.
So, okay.
Oh.
I think that's it.
Well, then let's change mine because I just realized I didn't put One Piece on mine.
You want One Piece in your top 10?
Yeah.
So what are you removing?
Avatar.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Actually, put it where Steam Boy is.
Okay, so leave Avatar.
No, Steam Boy can go down to where Avatar is.
All right, so that gives us 6.
Okay.
So not as big of an all-out brawl
Yeah.
as I thought it was gonna be.
Well, we still have to get those in order.
Oh yeah. Let's see. K2, you had Girls und Panzer in first.
Yep.
Raver Mom had it in third, and I put it in sixth. Fairy Tale, you had in third. Raver Mom had it in second, and I had it in 10th. Pokemon, you had it in 10th. Raver Mom had it in 6th, and I had it in 4th. Dragon Ball, you had in 9th. Raver Mom had in 10th, and I had it in 3rd. Soul Eater, you had it in 6th. Raver Mom's first. And me, I had it in 7th. And One Piece, you had in 8th. Raver Mom has it in 5th. And I have it in 2nd. Alright. So, how do we want to do this? Do we want to add up all the places that we put together? Or do you want to debate it out? Do you have a suggestion? How do you want to do
I think if we debate it out, we're going to be here till the morning.
I have a suggestion.
Okay, what's your suggestion?
Fairy Tale first. Wait, what did you say for Dragon Ball?
9th, 10th, and 3rd.
9th, 10th, and 3rd.
Because, I mean, pretty much if we added the numbers up, the lowest number would be first. The second lowest would be, I mean, if you wanted to do it that way.
Do it that way.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
I mean,
that's
I mean, how are you doing it? Are you doing it kind of the same way?
No, I was just kind of taking it. Like Girls und Panzer, you did it first, I did it third. And he did it, what was it, 6th, and the 3rd is in the middle. So I put it in 3rd place.
Okay.
And then Soul Eater, I said first. One of you said 6th and one said 7th, so I put it in the 4th place. Because it's kind of in the middle.
Okay.
I was just kind of going.
eyeballing it.
Yeah.
Well,
I think, yeah, adding
But-
it together and then...
Yeah,
doing
because
the
one
lowest.
of you put Fairy Tale as 10, and one of you did third, and I did second. So that only gives us 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to play around with the last
With the others.
4.
Yeah, the last 4.
Okay, so if we do it that way, Girls in Panzer would be in first place.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
nice.
Second place would be Soul Eater. And then third place is a tie. This is where we can debate a little
Okay.
bit. It's a tie between One Piece and Fairy Tale.
Ooh, that's a solid debate.
So what fight do either of you have for One Piece or Fairy Tale?
I'm going to give it a Fairy Tale.
You think Fairy Tale? Why Fairy Tale?
I like the characters better. I like the world a little bit more than One Piece.
Okay.
So...
Raver Mom, what would you say?
Fairy Tale.
Okay, so...
Because Fairy Tale, I don't zone out with Fairy Tale. I'm locked in, and One Piece, I get bored, so...
Okay. Well, it's a out of 3 votes, so since there's 2 out of 3, we'll give it to Fairy Tale.
Yep, One Piece can have
Alright.
4th.
Yep.
All right, and as we continue, 5th would be Pokemon.
Wow, are we only going to have one tie as well?
And 6th is Dragon Ball Z.
Wow, only one tie. That's crazy.
If we have the top 6 are locked in.
Yep.
So if we go back through, we'll see which ones got 2 apiece.
Okay.
Me and Raver Mom both said Speed Racer,
Mm-hmm.
which was 1st and 9th. Let's see here. Both of us said Superbook. That was me and Raver Mom. That was 7th and 5th. And then me and UK2 said Trigon.
Mm-hmm.
And you said 7th, and I said 9th. And then you and Raver Mom said Avatar.
Mm-hmm.
And you had it in 5th, and she put
I
it
took it.
in...
I took it out.
You took it out the trade.
I replaced it with Steam Boy.
Avatar's not in there.
Oh. Oh, I thought you already had Steam Boy.
Did you not have Steam Boy, Daniel? Did you not have Steam Boy?
No, I didn't put Steam Boy in the top 10. For me, Steam Boy was in 14th.
Interesting.
Yeah, crazy, isn't it? Was there any other ones that was like that?
Let's see. I have...
Me and you had Ghost Hunt.
Yeah.
You put it in 4th, and I put it in 8th.
And then that still leaves us, I think, one more, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at now.
Did you do My Hero Academia?
I didn't put My Hero. My Hero's at 15th for me.
So what do you have?
We have Speed Racer, and then Superbook, and Trigun, and Ghost Hunt.
Well, that's 4.
I'm just making sure there's not a 5th, because we would drop the one with the highest score if we did. But it doesn't look like we got that.
No.
We
All right.
literally got 4. So let's rank these. In 7th place, we've got Speed Racer, the original series.
All right.
And then in 8th, we have a tie.
With what?
Superbook and Ghost Hunt.
Which Superbook are you going off of? The one we grew up with?
Yeah.
Or...
Yeah,
okay.
the actual anime should be the one that we grew up with from 1981 and 1982.
And what did I say? Ghost Hunt. Well, I said Ghost Hunt is 4th, so I'd say Ghost Hunt first.
Okay, why Ghost Hunt?
I don't know. I liked it better. I don't know. It has been forever since I've seen Superbook, so...
Okay, I mean, if your opinion is that you enjoy Ghost Hunt more, then I mean,
Yeah,
that's a full opinion.
And it's not that the Superbook from when we were kids was bad. It's just, I mean, it's some of the earlier
Yeah.
anime, so But I don't know. To me, Ghost Hunt is more. It's not just like I enjoy it more, but like to me, it's a little more sentimental too. So.
Yeah, and I think that's the dilemma that I have, is that both of them have a sentimental value to me. One more than the other.
Yeah.
So K2, I mean, what's your...
I'm just gonna go with Ghost Hunt because it is a little bit more fun.
Okay, so we'll do 8 is Ghost Hunt, and then 9th is Superbook.
And then Trigun.
And then Trigun is in 10th. Okay, so our final top 10 for season 1. It's our top 10 animes that we talked about. We've got Girls in Panzer in first, Soul Eater in second, Fairy Tail in third, One Piece in fourth, Pokemon in fifth, Dragon Ball Z in sixth, Speed Racer in seventh, Ghost Hunt in 8, Superbook in 9, and Trigun in 10. Now, did this surprise anybody? I mean, are you guys surprised at all at some of these rankings?
Yeah, I'm surprised how much you guys like Girls in Panzer. I really, truly am.
We talk about it all the time.
I know.
I mean, the Girls in Panzer episode came out earlier this morning. Yeah. And for the video podcast, which I make a background for, it has Miho in the background in the tank.
Okay.
And looking over the battlefield with some other tanks out there. And then, of course, we three are there with our names on it. And then it's got a exclamation voice bubble that says Panzer Vor above our heads. So, yeah. I think we any other surprises?
Seems that I just dropped my paper. Hold on.
See, she's so surprised she dropped her paper. I think I'm actually surprised that Speed Racer is in the top 10.
Why?
Because, the whole entire season, we know that I'm like this, Speed Racer's it. And to me, it felt like Speed Racer got downplayed outside of me a little bit. Just because of the fact that it's older and, you guys aren't into it that, that much, if at all. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
Personally.
Cool beans.
I guess kind of what surprised me, though, was for your dislikes was Star Wars Visions.
I did not like Star Wars Visions. I only liked, one thing out of the whole deal.
Even though he doesn't like it, he still owns it because it's part of his entire collection, okay? Just 'cause, yeah.
So, Raver Mom, were you surprised about anything?
Not really.
No?
No, I mean, I guess if I was surprised about anything, I'm surprised My Hero Academia is not on there.
Yeah.
It's okay. I was surprised Naruto didn't make it on there.
I'm happy Naruto did not make it on there.
It's not because she completely dislikes it, guys. I think Naruto has been one of the more controversial episodes for us. The very first Naruto episode caused quite a bit of controversy online. So, yeah, people are very protective of Naruto.
They are.
All right.
I mean, it was one of the big three for a reason.
No.
Yeah.
Yes. It's Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. And then the granddaddy of anime is labeled as Dragon Ball Z.
Yep.
Or Dragon Ball in general.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, on YouTube is our most famous. Or most popular, excuse me. The Dragon Ball.
I'm not 100% sure. I wasn't going to pop rankings like that until next week. So
no, I'm just saying, the last time I looked, if I'm not mistaken, that was one of the most popular ones.
Yeah.
So, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah, we get a lot more traffic on our YouTube than we do our Spotify. And then we're also on a full Christian platform that's primarily for church leaders. The way it was made, it's something point. It's called Pod Point.
Okay.
And it is a community podcast thing where it's literally directed more toward churches and their leadership.
Cool.
And we are on that. I don't look at that one as much. It only keeps about 10 episodes at a time active, and then it archives the rest of it. So, yeah, that one's a little weird, but it's still pretty cool what they use it for.
Yeah.
Any anime news, spoilers?
I know Freeren's getting a second season come next winter.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Raver Mom is going to keep her mouth closed.
Well, you gave me some news about Achira Oda the other day.
Yeah. Why? You want me to tell that?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of explains why there's so many breaks and sabbaticals here lately.
So, I don't know why, but I get these, not notifications, but I get these articles coming up that, are about Oda. And, one of them was explaining why he takes so many breaks. Which I was curious because somebody commented on a picture of his on that came up on Facebook about his health. And, so one of the reasons why he takes breaks is because his health is declining. And incidentally, because of all of that, he is considering on ending One Piece within the next 3 to 5 years.
Oh, wow.
So, and it could be shorter. It all depends. He's not 100% sure on when he's going to do it. But it went longer than he thought because his plan whenever he first started One Piece was going to be 5 years.
Wow.
And he enjoyed it so much that he was having so much fun that's whenever he introduced all of the oh my goodness, I want to call them bad guys, but they're not called bad guys. What are they called?
Pirates?
No, the what is it? 7 warlords or
the Warlords of the Sea.
The Warlords of the Seas. Yeah, so he started introducing all of them and everything. But that's what's going on with One Piece. And the new manga chapter or whatever is supposed to be coming out mid-July in Japan.
Okay.
Which shortly after will be coming out. After that will come out for everyone to read. So.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Apparently, the gentleman who's taking over the Dragon Ball production, he officially announced that everything, video games, season, series, all of it is now canon.
Really?
He announced everything to be canon, which means that it solidifies what Toriyama did with Super Saiyan 4 and GT. It now makes GT canon.
Oh, well. That's not
Wow.
good.
So a lot of people don't really care for that. But the funny thing is, and I saw this brought to, it was brought to social media attention, was that there are some fillers where Naruto, Goku, and Luffy fought. So, I mean, they actually aired fillers, officially where they fought. And it kind of put their strength ranking canon. So Goku is stronger than both of them. Luffy is stronger than Naruto. And Naruto's bottom of the totem pole. So it kind of puts 2 of the big 3, ranked to each other. Kind of makes me sad that they didn't throw Ichigo into the mix so that they could rank all 3 of the big 3. What, Raver Mom?
So, I love this. The official website for the upcoming 4-chapter anime film series Girls und Panzer Motto Love Sakusen Desu was released a main trailer and key visuals today. That was December 26th. No, that was July 9th. Chapter 1 hits Japanese theaters on December 26th.
And that's a live action?
No.
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 They're just making a new set of movies?
Yeah, it should be the 4th.
It's a 4-chapter movie thing. Hold on. If I'm reading it correctly, it's 4 volumes.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Or 4... Is that right? Am I reading it?
Yeah, there's a...
It's a spin-off manga, illustrated. So chapter 1 will be December 26th of this year, and then 2, 3, and 4 will be January, March, and April of next year.
So they're mangas.
Yes. But they're getting an anime of...
Yeah, it is originally a manga, but they're making it an anime.
Yeah.
That's going to be pretty cool.
Yep.
I guess we're going to have to do another Girls and Panzer thing.
Well, first we got to finish what we got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will be getting the movies.
Yeah.
What's bad is I know that we've got the one digital, but it's like at the pit of my stomach. I'm like, I want the physical.
Yeah.
And Raver Mom's like, no.
Anyways, so that's interesting.
That is pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Anything else in anime news?
Not that I know of.
Season 2, we're going to have to do a new segment.
Yeah.
And we'll have to figure that out. In closing, remember Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 5 through 7. Love the Lord with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength. These commandments that I give you today are to be on your hearts. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road, when you lie down and when you get up. Join us in prayer. Father God, I thank you once again for giving us the opportunity to come behind these mics and speak to the world. God, I pray that we continue to keep you as the center of what we do, so that we create a spiritual legacy, not just for our children, but for the children of the world. God, I pray as we wrap up today's episode that we remember that you are with us in every story, whether animated or real, and I pray that you, Father God, will help us to see you in everything we do and watch. Amen.
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 Thanks for tuning into Reb's Otaku Talk. Don't forget to subscribe on our podcast on your chosen platform, and like and follow us on our Facebook page, Reb's Otaku Talkers, and X, at Reb's Otaku Talk. And please leave a comment and review and share your favorite anime and God moments with us. Also, don't forget to check out Reb's Otaku Shop and don some merch, and be sure to grab a bag of Reb's Con Kohi coffee. The link is in the description below. Until next time, I hope you keep your anime collection strong and your faith stronger. See you later, guys.
Take care, guys.
Adios.